Hi everyone and welcome to LeftOnRedd. My name is Red and this is r/Talesfromtechsupport. Our first story today is by Revan225. We are not the power company. This took place in mid-2018. I work for a company that outsources tech support to other companies. Before my promotion, I was in the department contracted out to a particular internet service provider, central division, for their wireless gateway Tier 2 department. I get a call from a woman, and this is how it goes. Thank you for choosing ISP. How may I help you?
My internet ain't working.
I am very sorry to hear that. Let me just pull up your account.
There's no power.
I'm sorry? There's no power?
Yeah, in the building.
I pause for a stretch of time as my mind is trying to grasp stupidity. Okay.
There's no power.
Right. You need power for it to work. At this point, the caller went quiet and I could hear her muttering to someone in the background.
It needs power for it to work. Well, there ain't no power!
She exclaimed loudly. Me. Right. You need power for your internet to work.
This building got no power.
At this point, my headache was growing as I found myself caught in a loop. After an awkward pause, I finally responded again. Right, we are an ISP. You need to call the power company for this. I hear her again mutter to someone in the background.
We need to call the power company for this. But we pay you.
Right, you pay us for your internet, not the power. Internet needs power to run. You will have to call your power company. After a brief pause, the customer says, "Okay." After that, the call immediately disconnected. To this day, despite all the idiocy I deal with day in and day out, calling an ISP for a building-wide power outage is still something I cannot wrap my head around. Of course, OP, don't you know? Internet is wireless. Why would it need electricity to run? And clearly, internet is magic. Duh, do your homework, OP. Our next story is by Goat Womble. Delete my account. Now. This story took place about 6 years ago and it was my second week into a new job with a web hosting company. I had taken a call from a customer. We'll call her Karen, about some problem with the hosting service she had with us. I took a look and determined that while there was an issue, the fault lay with her CMS and wasn't anything we could fix. Me. I'm sorry, Karen. The issue is to do with WordPress and unfortunately we can't assist with fixing this. However, I can send you some links which may help you fix it. Or you can ask your developer to look into it further. Karen. That's not good enough. I'm paying you $10 a month and I expect you to fix problems like this, not to tell me to go away and deal with it myself. I'm sorry you feel that way. However, the $10 pays for the server space. We'll gladly fix anything server side that's interfering with the proper operation of your site, but we're not responsible for the software itself. Well, if you're not going to fix it, just delete my frickin' account right now. Okay, I can do that, but it may be easier. Stop arguing with me. Delete my account. Clearly, my $10 a month means nothing to you. Go on, hurry up, and terminate my account if you don't value me as a customer. I can do that for you. Before I do, I need to ask if you have a backup of your data, as once I process this, it's gone for good. No, just delete my account. Now, I expect an email telling me it's done. Click. She had hung up, and I sat there wondering what to do. I thought about sitting on it, but she was quite clear in her instructions. Delete her account. Karen had already run through the identity verification questions and had requested, rather demanded, a cancellation. I took a backup of her account as insurance and processed the termination. I also created a ticket with appropriate notes and emailed Karen to tell her that her termination request had been taken care of. I went home not long after that. But the next day, I came into work and was immediately called in to speak to the manager. It turned out that Karen was notorious for this crap. She had demanded we do things beyond our scope and scream and cry and threaten until someone said, "Okay, we'll do it." She had gotten used to other staff members doing whatever she demanded. She expected me to bend over backwards. If she ever heard the word no, she threatened to cancel and go elsewhere. It seemed that other reps had just fixed whatever problems in order to stop her tantrums and get rid of her. I was the first in a long time to tell her no, and the only one who had ever followed through on actually terminating her account. Manager: "You're not in trouble. Don't worry. You did everything correctly. I've had Karen on the phone all morning squawking about her website. Oh, by the way, did you happen to take a backup of her account?" "Yep, it's on my computer." "Delete it and pretend it never existed." And that's the story of how I destroyed Karen's business website. And OP, I agree with your manager. The customer is always right. And if Karen said delete her account, you better delete her account. And our last story today is by Dylan Francis. Robots not completing tasks. For context, I'm not a support tech, but work in robotics at my company, where we roll out digital robots to automate company operations ranging from customer care to finance to back office operations. I usually arrive late to work, 11 to 11:30 a.m., but at 10:30 a.m. my phone went off and my boss needed me in the office ASAP. So I go. I arrive and go to the room where my teammates are already present, losing their mind, dealing with tens of departments: credit ops, back office operations, care, finance, delivery, accounts, etc. Some 70 to 80 of our 250 plus bots are down, and so hundreds of transactions are stacking up by the minute, which people have to fulfill manually. Although we don't have the capacity because the company has been firing people ever since we came in and started automating everything. No one can figure out what's going on. We try to remote in and the VMs are up and running. Director is already on alert. We're trying to troubleshoot. Automation scripts are still there. Nothing wrong with run, build time scripts. All four of us, useful teammates, plus robot controller, plus my manager who knows nothing about our automation, are trying to troubleshoot. Soon the VP is on alert from all the annoyed process owners and their bosses. For hours we're trying to reboot machines, reconfigure and reinstall scripts, but nothing. We alert IT, but they're no help and are confused and clueless too. I was getting my 10th cup of coffee, furious and confused. I decided to call the data center owned by the company outside the city, described what was happening, asked them to physically locate the virtual machines assigned to us and reboot those mainframes as the last resort I could think of. None of us are networking or hardware guys. A data center technician goes to the physical server and notices the internet wire disconnected from the back. They check the surveillance cameras and turns out a cleaner was cleaning the floor and mopped aggressively in the back, causing the wire to disconnect. But since the computers are all on site, they still appeared on LAN. So guys, if anyone ever tells you that robots are going to take over, show them the story. All you need is a mop to beat Terminator. And that was r/Talesfromtechsupport. My name is Red, and this is Left on Red. If you like this story, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and also press the bell notification so that you get notified every time I post a new video. Bye!